What a day. Downstairs, the orderlies are demonstrating against working conditions. Upstairs, one of my best residents really messed up a diagnosis. Schedule's inhuman. There's no money to change anything. All right, Pat. Let's review the findings that led you to diagnose subdural hematoma in Angel Nieves.
Patient was hit in the head by a baseball. When he was brought into neurology, he was feeling dizzy. There was lateral weakness in his right hand. Over the next 24 hours, he suffered 2 mild convulsions. Spinal tap was negative, blood work was normal.
An X-ray scan was done?
Yes, and there was no direct indication of hematoma.
But you were sure of your diagnosis?
Not completely sure, but the blow on the head, normal blood work, no fever, headaches and dizziness, convulsions, lateral weakness on the dominant side, all led me to conclude subdural hematoma.
Roger, you did surgery?
Found no evidence of hematoma.
Mm-hmm. Did you ask Pat for confirmation of his diagnosis?
Yes, which he did give me.
Well, obviously, Pat, you made a big mistake by assuming that the head injury was the sole cause of Angel's problems. Okay, now, are there any other facts about this case that haven't been mentioned?
Yeah, I'm afraid there is. A little while before the operation, I checked in on Angel Nieves and observed that he was having trouble reading his menu. He said he was having trouble focusing on it.
Did you mention that to Pat?
Yeah. I told him to check his field of vision.
What were the results?
There were none.
I don't understand. You mean visual field was normal?
I mean, I didn't check it. I'm afraid I forgot.
You forgot?
He did start to check it, but the patient went into convulsions, and that's what we dealt with.
I inquired about the patient's visual field during surgery, but there was a complication on the table, and Pat just didn't have a chance to answer me.
So, in effect, Pat, you did a partial workup and a partial history in the Nieves case.
Yes, sir.
Tests?
Well, cell count, serology check, protein level, sugar level, chloride level.
Did you do a culture?
No, I didn't order culture. I wasn't thinking infection.
Well, I think maybe you better start thinking infection, doctor. Or anything else in the realm of remote possibility. I suggest you get a complete history on the boy from his sister. Do a culture, including a frozen section.
Yes, Dr. Bullock.
Faithful company as pediatrician. Well, you better get to it. You've got no time to waste.
Seneca, I just want to say that naturally I feel personally responsible.
Pat, there's no need to go into that now. You do the best you can for the boy. We'll deal with any fallout later.
Well, it's just possible we may have killed that boy.
If the problem is infection and it's taken hold, yeah.
Look, I hate mistakes, but the bad thing about this one is it's such an easy mistake to make.
Not necessarily. Not with proper follow-up.
Look, Seneca, I'd like to say something in defense of Pat's diagnosis.
Bucky, there is no need for defense here. This hasn't turned into a legal battle, at least not yet.
It's just he was overworked and very tired.
I know that, Bucky. I know it, damn it. But there is still no excuse. Oh. Very much afraid that Pat Ryan may be in serious trouble.
Alicia, how is he?
He just went to sleep. I'm so glad you're here.
Is there any change?
He seems worse. I'm so afraid for him, Dr. Coleridge.
Maybe you better come sit down.
I'm sorry.
I think you're doing very well under the circumstances.
He just looks so beautiful lying there. So helpless and so little. Afraid of whatever it is that is making him sick. And I get so scared when I see those bandages on his head. I feel so responsible. But there's nothing I can do.
Alicia, you're doing more than your share already. And I'm sure Angel knows that more than anybody else.
I have tried to take care of him ever since my parents died. But now it is just completely out of my hands.
Alicia, please know that we're doing all we can for him.
I know, Dr. Ryan. And I'm very grateful.
And in order to clear things up even further, there are a few additional questions we need to ask you.
All right. But I want to ask you something first. I haven't been told about the operation, the details. Did you find what you expected?
But not precisely.
You mean there's something else wrong with my brother that I don't know?
Well, there's a chance that while the symptoms indicated subdural hematoma, the problem actually may be something else.
I don't understand. Well, what else could it be?
At the moment, we're not exactly sure.
You mean you do not know what is wrong with my brother?
Well, we have a pretty good idea, but
Oh, but what?
Alicia, if you could give us some help with Angel's recent medical history. Now, prior to the accident, did he complain of any symptoms that were out of the ordinary?
Well, he hasn't been feeling it as well as he usually is. And, he complained of an earache several days before the accident. And also some dizzy spells.
he was feeling dizziness prior to the accident?
Yes.
You didn't tell me that before.
But Dr. Ryan, you just never asked me.
Well, I may not have asked specifically, but I did
Look,
ask you...
Dr. Ryan, is there something you're keeping from me? What is wrong with my brother?
Alicia, please. We're not hiding anything from you. But before we can make a successful diagnosis, we need the full medical history.
But I have told you everything that I know.
Yeah, and that's why it's not your fault.
My fault. Look, what do you mean? What has happened?
Hi. Hi, look, I gotta talk to you.
Hi, Dee. Could you wait just a minute?
No, I'm in a hurry. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Faith.
Look, I'm ordering a complete new workup on Angel. Everyone on the service is very concerned about your brother. And there's no question that we'll be on hand around the clock to take care of the situation until it's under control. Now, he's gonna be all right. I don't want you to worry.
Well, I wish you could tell me how not to worry, Dr. Ryan.
Patty, could I talk to you, please?
See, just a minute.
Why don't I go see about those tests, all right?
Yeah, thanks, Faith.
What's the matter with you two? Oh, Alicia, how's your brother?
I wish I knew.
Angel has just gotten out of surgery, and we're trying to get a more accurate picture of what's wrong with him.
Did you perform the operation? Because if you did, then everything's gonna be all right.
No, Roger was the surgeon on duty, and everything is gonna be fine.
You see? If he says so, that means it's so.
Thank you, Delia. Thank you, too, Dr. Ryan. I think I am going to go in and see how my brother is.
He's a very nice person.
Yeah. Her brother's real sick.
Yeah, I know, and I'm very sorry. But I'm glad I found you because I want to take you home right this minute.
What?
I said I would like to take you home right this minute. See, there's a limit to how much work you can do. And I know you're very serious about being a doctor and all, but you were supposed to be off duty a couple hours ago.
Dee, I don't really have the time to even discuss this with you.
Okay, now don't start that. I want to spend some time with you, and I want you to come home with me right this minute.
done, Dr. Bolak. You put him in his crib and he goes right to sleep.
Look at that. Hey. He's already waving at the camera.
Oh, yeah, I think he's having a bit of encouragement from his father there.
He sure seemed to get a kick out of those flashbulbs, Poppy.
Oh.
Yeah, where was this one taken?
Oh, in the park. Miriam insisted on having one in his stroller. Ah, you see? That's my favorite.
I don't remember you taking that.
Uh-huh. Well, I, snapped it while the two of you were having a quiet philosophical conversation in the corner. What were you telling him?
Oh, probably that he should be kind and considerate to his mother.
Ah.
Because he's got such a special one.
What do you say to that?
He nodded wisely. Maybe I was telling him that he shouldn't become a doctor. Because if he does, he's not going to have enough time to spend with the people he really cares about.
Seneca, you spend a wonderful amount of time with Edmund. Bad day, huh?
Yeah, the lowest. Usual administrative problems. Struggling for money to provide services that most people consider essential. And then, one of my best residents made a very serious mistake. Incorrect diagnosis. Because he was overworked and overtired, but the patient may very well die. And if that weren't enough, the orderlies are protesting the increased work hours, no increased pay. I mean, they got a very good case, but with everybody being overworked and overtired, they don't really quite get all my sympathy.
Well, you really have had one hell of a day. I have a suggestion. Have your drink, sit back and relax. Take a second look at these pictures of your son, because they are enough to cheer anybody up.
Well, I'll tell you, I think that his mother has already done that by being kind and loving, and by treating me, let's see now, dare I say it, in a wonderfully connubial manner.
Yeah, you dare to say it, and the lady doth protest.
As usual, too much.
I do what I do because I like to,
Certainly not because anyone asks you to.
or because I am expected to.
Right. Because the minute that happens, I take back the compliment.
Oh, you. Why don't you just amend it slightly and we'll both be satisfied?
Yeah, but for how long?
You never stop, do you? No. Oh. Anyway, I had a lovely day at Ryan's christening today. The whole Ryan family was practically there. Kathleen came in from Pittsburgh. You know, I really felt like I was one of the clan again. I wanted so much to go to that party. Anyway, I'm sure everybody had a lovely time at Maeve and Johnny's.
You know, those things are always nice, but as far as I'm concerned, nothing can ever take the place of the feeling of really being with the one person you care most about. In fact, I've always thought that
I know what you have always thought. I'm beginning to be able to tell the time of day by it. So, I have an idea. A proposal.
A proposal?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was the one who was supposed to propose.
You see, much too old-fashioned. I think that's one of your big problems. You are restricted by conventional roles. So, I have an idea. No more talk about marriage. Why don't we just have Edmund, and we'd love him. And he responds to us in a very, very special way. Singly and together. And I'm sure we don't want him to lose that love. Not from me or from you either. So we share him. But as for the other areas in our lives, some of them are separate and some of them are together.
Well, like what, for instance?
Like, separate apartments. Like a commitment out of friendship between us and love for our son.
Well, I don't see how that's any different than what we have now.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you, don't like what we have now?
Well, are you kidding? I love it. Because I love you. But you see, to me, loving someone and making love to that someone, well, it has to lead to more than separate apartments and an occasional dinner together when we feel like it.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about marriage.
But not just because it's good for us, because it is good for Edmund. No, look, he needs parents in the house all the time, not when one of us has a chance. Surely you can see that it's the best thing for him.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that there's another way to make that happen.
The old ways are the best ways.
Okay, let's just not discuss it anymore, okay? Until you are willing to be serious about it.
No, I am perfectly serious. I don't see any realistic solution to the problem other than marriage. Oh, well, never mind. You'll come around.
Oh.
Dee, I have explained to you before that there is no set time when I'm on or off duty, because if a patient needs me, I've got to be there. I can't just drop everything and leave.
Oh, I see, I get it. Well, what about me? What am I supposed to do? You know, I can't make any plans because I never know when you're going to be home.
No, you can't. You can't plan anything. That's the point.
Well, do you expect me to sit around and wait for you all day and all night when I don't know when you're going to show up?
I don't expect you to do anything that you don't want to do, Delia.
Yeah, but I want to wait for you because I want to see you.
Then that's exactly what you'll have to do.
Okay. You know, I missed the christening and I missed the party after that because you couldn't be there
I
with me.
told you I was sorry about that.
Yeah, Bob told me that Jack Finelli shows up with another woman and makes a horrible scene in front of Mary, and they practically had to throw him out of there.
He did what? With what other woman?
I don't know. I never even saw her. I wasn't even there.
I told you to go without me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go there alone because your parents hate it when I'm there alone. I was just too scared to go by myself.
Didn't you say that Bobby was going to be there?
No, I didn't say Bob went. Bob had some stupid stakeout. Maeve told Bob what happened. Johnny got so angry that he nearly had a fist fight with Jack, and then Frank and Tom Desmond had to hold him back. Meanwhile, Mary is very cool and collected, but underneath, I know she's fuming and she's on the verge of crying. And then Jack just went, I don't know. I missed the whole thing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Didn't I told you why I couldn't make it. I was in crucial surgery with a 12-year-old kid. I couldn't exactly walk out the door.
Patty, do you have to yell at me?
You're acting like I'm doing all of this to you on purpose.
Okay. Okay, I understand about today. But what about now? Because surgery's over. Do you have any idea when you might be getting off duty?
No, I don't.
Well, could you find out from somebody?
No, I certainly cannot.
Patty, I've been waiting for you for hours
Dee, I will
and
be
hours.
home when I've taken care of everything here and not a minute before.
Pat!
Look! I made a very serious error treating Alicia's brother today. Now, the kid is in trouble, and so am I. Now, I'm not going to leave here until I'm sure that everything is under control. Now, if that takes 3 hours or 3 days. Now, will you just go away and let me do my work?
You don't care about me. You don't care anything at all about me.
My, oh my, things don't look too happy in Dealey land.
I guess you heard everything that Patty said to me, huh?
I only stop and listen if I think it's going to be fun.
None of it was fun. None of it.
Oh, but Mrs. Ryan, it could be fun if you give someone else a chance.
Look, just leave me alone, okay? Just go away. I don't want Patty to see you talking to me.
Well, judging by Patty's mental state at the moment, I'd think he'd be rather relieved to have someone take you off his hands.
Roger, please. Look, I know Patty's in some kind of trouble. Do you know what it is?
Yes. Yes, I'm afraid I do.
Well, it's very serious.
It could be. If the party concerned presses charges, it could mean a legal suit, medical probation, or even worse.
Oh, no.
But that all depends on the patient's condition, which is critical.
I want to help in some way. Alicia is a very close friend of mine. See, I don't want her to be angry at Patty, and I have to fix it. I have to make her understand.
Delia, you can't count on fixing that much. You can't fix the fact that Angel is a very sick little boy. And that's what Alicia and Pat are concerned with.
Think he's going to get better?
I think Dr. Ryan is going to do everything he can.
Yeah, I'll wait out here. Thanks. Fever's gone up. 1 degree during surgery, now 3 degrees.
Excuse me, Doctor. I thought you should know Angel just woke up. Could you come and see him?
Sure, how is he?
Well, he's complaining about a headache and a stiff neck.
We'll be right there.
Okay, I'll tell him you're coming.
I guess we better go.
Headache. Stiff neck. High fever, dizzy spells.
What is it?
Meningitis. Angel has meningitis.
After a crazy day, SoapNet, the new way to watch soaps.